Cary Grant was one of the most iconic leading men of Hollywood's golden age. Known for his sophisticated charm, dashing good looks, and impeccable style. Over his illustrious career, Grant starred in over 70 films, including An Affair to Remember, Topper, and the Christmas classic, The Bishop's Wife. In the midst of his dynamic career, Cary Grant found a sanctuary in Palm Springs, a tranquil retreat far removed from the spotlight of Hollywood that he named Las Palomas. His compound is one of the oldest Palm Springs Hollywood estates in Movie Colony and spans over 1.5 acres. The property is an exquisite example of Spanish colonial revival architecture, designed in 1930 by John Byers. The 6,000 square foot mansion, modelled after a 19th century Andalusian farmhouse, is as grand as it is charming. Original details like the wooden shutters, terracotta tile flooring, and wood-burning fireplaces add to its timeless character. The estate also includes a sparkling pool, lush gardens, and two distinct casitas, one of which was personally designed by none other than Alfred Hitchcock himself. A nod to their friendship and creative collaboration. In fact, it's said that Grant once intended to retire after a string of successful films, including His Girl Friday and Arsenic and Old Lace in the early 1950s, and director Alfred Hitchcock convinced him to continue acting. One day, Hitchcock was over at his home having lunch by the pool, and he handed Grant the script of the romantic thriller To Catch a Thief, which ultimately brought him out of retirement. For the film, Cary Grant, whose style extended beyond home decor and design, chose his own wardrobe for the role and made the plain grey suit he wore seem glamorous and daring. After that, he went on to deliver some of his most memorable performances in films like North by Northwest, An Affair to Remember, and Charade. As we jump into Cary Grant's home tour, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy the content and would like to see more like it. Now, let's walk through this remarkable property, from the serene gardens to the historic casitas, exploring the stories and the stunning beauty that made this compound truly special. At its center is a Spanish Andalusian farmhouse covered in white stucco. The house still has its original shutters, now painted royal blue, and you can see how easily light pours into the home based on the large windows. Inside, accents include exposed ceiling beams, French doors, and 40-foot ceilings in the great room. Terracotta floor tiles, Art Deco bathroom tiles, and custom cabinets are all original to the house. Jean Ferrar worked with Grant and his wife at the time, Drake, when they attended her health and yoga classes at the Racket Club in the late 1950s. She said that Cary fell in love with the house and estate the minute he saw it. He was very connected to nature and felt that nature renewed his spirit. Nature allowed him to be himself, and he spent time nurturing his trees and was happiest in the simple stucco house, which had a view of the trees and mountains he loved from every window. In his autobiography, Grant describes the bleak and cold surroundings of his early years in Bristol, England, when small coal fires were the only source of heat. Ever since, he writes, I've persistently arranged to spend every possible moment where the sun shines warmest. And he certainly found the right spot surrounded by eucalyptus trees, palm trees, and fruit trees overlooking the pool and spa. Although Grant considered the compound his retreat, it was a magnet for friends and co-stars like Grace Kelly, Sophia Loren, Frank Sinatra, Clark Gable, and the reclusive Howard Hughes, who also happened to be the best man at Grant and Drake's wedding. Known for his support of the US Armed Forces, Grant also welcomed Marines from the 29 Palms base to several events at the estate. While living there, Grant enlisted his best friend, architect Wallace Neff, to add 2 bedrooms and 2 baths above the large garage. After Grant sold the house in 1972, it passed to bodybuilder Frank Zane, who became famous for defeating Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 1968 Mr. Universe contest, and Zane turned the property into a private health resort for about a decade. From there, the home passed through a few different hands and started to demand attention. Fortunately, the next owners were passionate about restoring the home to its original glory. In 1998, upon learning that Cary Grant owned the house for 18 years, Dr. Jane Cal Smith considered it destiny that she was to buy and restore the property over the next 11 years. What I saw was a jungle of dead brown overgrowth, a house that was in shambles of neglect and disrepair, loose balconies, chimneys with metal caps filled with dirt, lots of dirt. Smith said. However, most of the great bones of the house were intact. What's most odd about her purchase is she recognized the house from a dream she had. I was in this romantic estate in a foreign country, but couldn't understand why everyone was speaking English when it seemed they should be speaking Italian or Spanish, she recalls. As dreams sometimes do, this one came true. She even said she felt Cary Grant's spirit in the house, and when she was uncertain how to resolve certain issues, she would ask herself, what would Cary do? She continued to persevere, ensuring she was true to the materials and workmanship of the house, as well as finding the right furnishings for the time period. Smith designed a 30 by 40 foot great room in the garage below Neff's second floor addition that could serve as an indoor-outdoor room, and included floor-to-ceiling period glass and wood mullion doors that open on 3 sides to the garden, courtyard and pool views. She meticulously researched movie colony estates with the S-wrought iron shutter holder to find a matching blacksmith signature. She found the holders at the nearby historic Invernada estate and copied its shutters. During this time, she said, "It takes endless patience to be historically correct," and she would be correct. Smith's 11-year effort paid off, and in 2009 the property was restored to its former glory, and it's been listed as a historic site by the Palm Springs City Council. Then in 2012, Burroughs and his wife bought the house and began furthering the restoration efforts. They traveled Southern California looking for iron pieces from the late 1920s and early 1930s to replace missing light fixtures. To add storage, they found wood from other 1929 buildings and had carpenters build custom cabinets. They even searched for a toilet that matched the one original to the house, but ended up settling for one by the same designer. The Burroughs also added kitchenettes to both casita spaces, updated electric and plumbing systems, and had replacement roof tiles made by the same facility that made the originals. Now, when visiting the home, one of the finest details you'll notice is Cary Grant's initials adorning the large front gates. And there's also a small plaque to honor both the actor and the architect outside the property, describing its value to the neighborhood. Today, Las Palomas stands as a testament to both Cary Grant's legacy and the architectural history of Palm Springs. The estate's lush gardens, towering eucalyptus trees, and stone terrace create an idyllic setting that feels worlds away from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood. As we close our tour of Cary Grant's remarkable Palm Springs estate, it's easy to see why this home was so special to him. Las Palomas wasn't just a retreat, it was a place where Grant could connect with nature, entertain friends, and find peace in the midst of a legendary Hollywood career. Now, as always, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tours of classic Hollywood and famous homes around the world. Until next time.